Alright, YouTube. Decided I'm going to make maybe a series of videos just with, maybe simple fixes, uh, maybe commonly known fixes for games that I'm playing currently. Just generally things that are annoying, to say the least. Currently still trawling away through The Witcher 3, right, right into this game. Absolutely recommend it. But from day one, it's just been plagued with crashing issues, video display driver crashes in particular for me anyway. It's not an uncommon issue with this game, and every release of drivers since launch has just been progressively worse. So we'll run down what I'm currently using and what I've already done to try and fix this issue, and what I'm about to do to see if the most recent drivers have sorted it in any way. First off, I'll probably cut in a video just showing what settings I'm running, just in case anybody out there spots anything that I'm doing wrong. We'll show you the issue straight off the bat in the event viewer. Bring this up. We'll just make this a wee bit smaller. Nah, just leave it there. Right, so if we scroll down yesterday, yep. Steam self updater again here. Not the now. Jesus, try to do something, man. Fucking something else interrupt me. These errors here. NVLDDMKM. So it amounts to you'll be playing a game, quite a thing, absorbed. You could be 10 minutes in, half an hour in, 4 hours into your gaming session. And most times a game will just lock up, it'll freeze. The first time it happens, it's like, what? I think the first time it happened, I was 3 days into the game, playing it non-stop since it launched. And it just, you know, not a good sign because it freezes and then the screens go black. You're literally, is my graphics card bricked here or something? You just don't know what's happened because it was a strange one. I've not had crashes before, but usually the game just crashes, goes straight to the desktop, and it will tell you in here the game's crashed, but you've got usually no record that the game's crashed. You'll get these, and then I see these things as pretty bad. Flag all those errors for one game crash. You see it happened before. It basically happened twice in space of half an hour. I tried to restart the game, but the first thing you need to do is restart the system because it does seem to continuously do it thereafter once it's done it once. So whether the drivers just don't recover properly, but a restart's always a good idea. So basically, you get the crash, you can come down here on Windows 8.1 anyway, that's what we're running. Right click there, bring up the event viewer. It might go to that view, or be up here, it might go to that view. Arrow there. Yeah, arrow there. You'll see the error there. I usually just go to administrative events, see everything. There will be other things. It's pretty hard to get all the errors removed, but this is the main ones that we're dealing with here. So I'm stumped. I'm like, what can we do? So you take to the forums and you realise there's loads of folk with the same issue, but all different hardware setups. They all revert back to drivers that I think are stable. Sort back to this is the most recent, supposedly stable one that's available. I think there's a hotfix after this but this is the one I've just downloaded, 353.30. I'm currently on 350.12, which was the GTA 5 drivers. Seemed to be the most rock solid ones for me. But we're going to try these again in slightly different manner. One other thing before I cut and install these, clean installation, always do clean installation, was I was having another weird issue with, I started up my system the other day and all my icons were gone. And it was very limited functionality. You could bring up the taskbar, but it wouldn't let you open anything. I slowly started to think, Christ, is my boot drive on its way out? I'm like thinking, my God, it's like working, but it's not reading, it's taking, and then like 20 seconds, everything would just appear, a flash, or the icons would come up, and you'd be able to, if you'd clicked on something, the window would suddenly open. Pretty weird, but I just thought, well, the best thing to do, especially when it's a startup error, work out what something could be causing this startup wise. So you need to see what's running at the time. So down here again, right click, open up search, you're looking for msconfig. This is you there. What's up with this screen? Right, what we're doing, and then we'll start to load up everything on selective. That's because I've been changing things, but you want to come in here, so we do a clean boot of Windows, minus all the extra things you've gathered since you've initially set up Windows. You come down here, you want to hide all the Microsoft, you don't want to fuck Windows by closing bits that it needs to run. So you're basically looking at all the additional things you've got in the system. That there is something we're removing when we reinstall these drivers. Plagues a lot of people this for whatever reason. Nvidia, take notice. One other thing you should take notice. The one thing I come in here to disable, I went through, I disabled all of this, restarted my system, my icons were fine. I now then knew that it was something, I repeated this process a few times just to make sure it wasn't a fluke. It was fine, so I knew it was something in here was causing this issue. So I'm thinking, what have I got in here that I didn't have before? One thing, the night before, GeForce Experience is updated. Number two, I had this, it's a remote desktop and software just for troubleshooting other computers. So I disabled that. I also disabled GeForce Experience, and just while I was there, I'm like, what's this saying? I've always seen this and knew it was something to do with Shield. I'm like, why does that even need to run? I don't own an Nvidia Shield. So I disabled that, restarted, do everything else, got everything else running, restart the system a few times, fine. I'm like, right, I'll start turning one thing at a time from these three. So I put on this, I put back on GeForce Experience, fine. This running was causing my icons to dispute every time. It was causing startup issues. It's been fine ever since. So it's a component of this GeForce Experience, which if you read the forums, endless issues with this. For certain people, other folks fine. I'm not going to slate Nvidia's GeForce Experience, but for me, it may very well be this certainly. Don't use it, don't need it over an Nvidia Shield. Why is it run by default? Is it just because they don't want the hassle of folk going, my Shield isn't getting streaming service, so they don't have to manually go and work out turn it on themselves? It's sloppy, we don't need it Nvidia. Less for Shield owners. I'm sure if for Shield owners we can work out how to turn it on. Or make it work so it's not affecting system performance and game performance. That out of the way, that's what we've done. But we cut this video, going to quickly install these new drivers, get rid of GeForce Experience, Also, we don't use 3D, so we don't need to. We can show this to an extent now. So if we go on this, let it do its thing. Come on. Make sure it's going to the right place. Usual place. Don't need to change that. It's going to do a installation. Come on. Agree to you, right? This is where we're wanting. You would go custom advanced. The proper way to do it, you would actually want to come in and remove all these. It will make your display go funky if you're rocking. I've got another monitor to the right of this one. What you usually do is if you've got icons in the other monitor, by removing these, it will most likely put everything back on the one screen. So you're going to have massive, icons are going to be massive, your resolution is going to be messed up. So whatever your system thinks your default monitor, when I cram all those icons, it usually shifts all my icons to the right hand screen for whatever reason, which just jumbles them up and you got to sit and sort out your games and whatever else you've got on your desktop. So I usually bunch everything into folders and then just unpack them once the whole process is done. Quite annoying, but it's less hassle that way if you've got to manually sort through them. So you would uninstall all of them before you continue in this process. Once you're through there, you want custom advanced next, and you want manually want to select from these. So obviously want the graphics driver tick, no choice there. Are you using 3D or not? I'm not, so I would untick them. Do you want HD audio? So are you getting audio through an HDMI to say a television or a monitor that has speakers? And are you using those HD audio drivers? If you're not sure how to work out, if you are using them, you might want to come down to here, playback devices. You're going to be looking like, what are you using for sound? So I've got monitors, which I do have. My secondary monitor does have speakers, but I don't use them. So you may or may not be using the speakers on those monitors, in which case you'll be using those HD audio drivers, which what that is. I'm currently using a USB headset, so I don't need the HD audio drivers. I just keep them there just for test purposes if I needed to test the monitors for the sound. You just make sure they're disabled if you're not using them. So that's what that is. GeForce Experience Trace, we are not taking that. Miracast, I'll just leave that in. I'm not actually 100% what that does, man. Physics, keeping that. It very much depends on the games you're playing and the hardware that you're dealing with. Yeah. So certain games really use that. One I know is Metro Last Light. Previous Batman game was very good with that. We won't even talk about the new one. I do like that one. Arkham Origins. The new one hasn't graced our system as yet. So select what you want. By not selecting GeForce Experience, you're not going to be able to use Shadow Place. You're not going to be using that for game capture, but I don't generally use that much anyway. it's worth it just to get rid of the streaming service and GeForce experience as a whole. And that is the most crucial thing. You may have things to reset up in your resolutions or whatnot, but we're not going to select that now because I want to go and install all the previous drivers and pack up all my icons just in case. And we might just have a part 2 to this video once I've tested the game for a few hours and see how Witcher 3 anyway, because it's the only game I was having those issues with. And we'll just have a part 2 kind of update. I decided just to get back in and update it now. Post driver update, clean installation. It's the most recent. Turns out not so stable drivers for me anyway. Basically a couple of attempts to load the game. Get in was alright, was running about. Driver crash. That was like a minute, 2 minutes into the game. Second time round, I said before, without restarting the system, tried to launch the game, it crashed the driver straight away. So I've restarted the system, came back in the game, we try and load it up. Most recent version of the game, as of recording this video, most recent drivers, minus GeForce experience. Just basically demonstrate, still doing it. Just need to turn back to the forum, see if there's any other fixes available, or if anybody stumbles on this video and cares to share what they've found out. But we'll load it in. We're running it on high settings. Nothing mind-blowing there. VSync off, maximum FPS, full screen. I know sometimes going from full screen to windowed can help in games, but I like to play full screen. So we'll load it in. Where I'm currently at in game.
Jennifer of Vengerberg told it, there had been a magic explosion in Skellige. Related to Ciri's reappearance, it had destroyed a vast swath of forest. Geralt set out for the Isles to join the sorcerers and seek further clues of Ciri's whereabouts.
Where is she? See, first time I basically run about for a bit, just froze. There's no evident performance issues. We're getting like 80 plus FPS, and that's while recording, so it jumps up to about like 90s, stutters about between there.
These continental dandies come a struggling, then we gotta drag their corpses out of the inn.
I can't really demo the crash itself because it just freezes up. There's nothing to record, but pass some time to daylight. Still looking at 80, just about 80 FPS. High 70s, low 80s. Got to cut off the recording here because I don't want it crashing again before. I need a bit of time to get an extended playthrough, see how common it is, if it's more common with these drivers or not, see if I can find other fixes. We'll see what happens and update in the next video. Cheers now.